everyone! I hope you guys are doing great so far. In the last mini class, we learned all about the difference between responding and reacting and how making that one simple small change in your life can affect your mental health positively in a huge way. So the topic of discussion for today is desire. We are going to be asking that ever important question of what it is that you want. What do you truly want? And not just the superficial stuff, we're going to be diving deep into what it is that your heart really desires. We're going to be doing that together in this mini class today. Because trust me, it's high time we start asking that question. Now before we begin, I want all of you to stop and think. Have you ever asked that question? Do you know what you want? Do you know what you really desire? And it shouldn't be surprising that most of us don't know the answer to that. Because this is not something that comes to you. It's something that you consciously need to concentrate on. You need to ask that question consciously. You need to sit yourself down, go deep within and ask, what do you want? What it is that you desire, what it is that makes your heart happy and dance. When you think about this, you may be like, I know what I want. I want the new phone, or I want a new brand of laptop, or I want a house, a car. But no, those are superficial things. Those are materialistic desires. I'm asking about what it is that your heart desires. What do you want to do? What kind of life do you want to live? How do you want to design your life? You may be wondering, why is this so important? It'll come to us when it comes to us. I mean, isn't life supposed to be lived by, going with the flow? But to strengthen my point, I want to read you out something that Robert Heinlein said. He says, in the absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until we ultimately become enslaved by it. Now for all of those who understood a part of it, but really need to go deep within, I want to read that again. In the absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until a point that we ultimately become enslaved by it. Think about it. We don't ask that question, we will always live at the effect of life. We will always live life by default. And that doesn't have to be that way. You can live by design. All you need to do is start by asking, what do you want? How do you want to live? Simple, isn't it? Straight and honest with you. The only reason we don't ask that question is because we're just too afraid. Every single time, instead of going for our dreams and our goals, we chicken out. Because that's the easier option, isn't it? To just chicken out and not do it and then stay in your little bubble of comfort. You will never get to your goals if you keep living in your comfort zone. And we hear this a lot of times. There are immense number of quotes that say that, if you want to achieve big things, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. You've got to get uncomfortable. How will you get unfamiliar, extraordinary things if you keep being in familiar, ordinary circumstances? Thought processes, attitudes, how? Every single time we keep aiming for what we think we can get. Not what we want, what we think we can get. Let that sink in. Don't worry, it's never too late to ask that question. However, I want you to modify it just a tad bit and ask a different question, a different rendition of the same question. I want you to ask yourself, if I could not fail, if I knew that I could not fail, what all would I love to do? Just ask yourself that. If I knew I could not fail, what all would I love to do? What is the way that I would love to live? What are the things that I love to have in my life? If I knew I could not fail, what all would I love to do? It's that simple. So I want to leave you guys today with a request. Please, just stop playing it small. We are infinite beings. And the greatest disservice that we can do to this universe and everyone in it is by not making the most of what we can make. Let's just be all that we can be. And it starts with one simple question. If I knew I could not fail, what all would I love to do? I really hope you guys got some value out of this, and I really do hope that some of you will ask this question today, because you will be surprised at the answers you get. And it's only about getting that answer, because once you do, you will be so obsessed with it that you will not rest until you get there. All you need is to build a vision, hold it on the screen of your mind, and then take inspired action towards it. But it won't happen unless you ask this question. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and until next time, have an empowering day ahead.